This is my drawing of Mega Delphox from Pokemon Legends, and today I'll guide you through each of the steps so that you could draw this yourself. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. Let's begin today's lesson on the top of our page with the eye. We start from the front. We want to bend this up and then across. Now over on the left side, we're going to bend the eye coming down, and we'll curve the bottom coming up underneath. Let's draw the edge of the iris, curving around and then over, and then in the center we'll add a small black dot. Now from here we're going to work our way across the muzzle. From this point in the eye, step over, curve this down and then out towards the nose. And then we want to bend this down across the chin and then up. Let's separate the nose with a curve. Let's move back down, draw the mouth. We're going to go up and over and curl that up towards the right. Let's go back up to the top. We're going to curve the head. We're going to go up and then in towards the ear. Now let's curve the ear, going all the way up towards the top, towards the point. And they want to taper that so it gets wider, coming back down towards the head. Now from here we're going to blend into the fur, going out, come all the way down and then in. Let's create an overlap, stepping up, curve across and then down toward the tip. Let's bend this up and then in, just aiming towards the chin. Now from the top we're going to step down, curve this down and then out, then this up towards the top, step down, curve this around, up and then out underneath the chin. Let's tuck the back ear in behind, starting from the forehead, bend this out, then up, and then bend this down, just tucking that in. Now I want to add that large fur coming out from the ear. Let's start from the side, bend this up, go out and then up towards a point, bring this down and then in. Let's add another point coming down and then up, bring this down and then back in. Now let's close off the bottom. We step over, and round this out, come down and then back in. Let's add the fur in behind that back ear. Start up here, bring this out and then up towards the tip, curve this around and then in, step over to create a fold, coming around and then in towards the forehead. Now going back up to the tip of the ear, it's going to fold this in behind the fur. Now let's go back to the body, right in the center. Start with a point, bend this down and out towards the left, go out and then down towards the right. Let's add that center patch of fur on the left side, coming down, and bend that out, and then we'll add a point. Let's work our way down, coming around towards the bottom, step up, goes down towards the point, go up towards the right, step down. Now we're going to go all the way around, pull this in, and then back out towards the right. Let's add the shoulders along the side of the neck. We're going to start on the left, bend this out and then up, and I'll curl that up on the right side. Now there's two layers. We're going to come down and in, step out, curve this down, and all the way in towards the side. Let's add that string of fur coming out from the side. Starting down here, come down, up, and then down. Let's add that point. Step back about halfway, curve this down a little bit lower, go all the way around, and then in. Step back, add another point. Now we're going to go up, and around, and then in. Let's add another one along the top, starting up here, coming down and up towards the side of our page. Pull that in. Let's add another point, going all the way up, bring that in, and add one smaller point on the end, come down in behind, and I want to continue up and then in towards the side of the head. Now I want to switch to a thin black marker and add some details around the head. Let's start from the inside of the muzzle. I'm going to curve this around and then up toward the top. Now from the corner of the mouth, we're going to add a seam. We're going to go up and then out. Let's separate the tip of the center point, coming in, come down, and then out. Now let's move down and draw on the side of the body. We'll start underneath the fur. Start by curving this down and then out. Go to the right side, coming down and then out. Let's round out the body. Goes around and then back in. Let's add that pointed fur across the bottom. So starting on the left side, we're going to step up, goes around and up, bend this down, and then in. Let's add another point. Coming across, pull this up. Now it's going to work our way over towards the right side. Coming up. Let's add one more pointing towards the left. Now we're going to turn and go in the right side. Around and up. Another point. Let's add one more. Going all the way around and up towards the side. And then tuck that in underneath. Let's switch back to our thin marker. We're going to add trim across the body. Let's start on the left side. Bend this in. Come down and in behind that fur. Continue on the right. Going up and then out. I'm going to go back up to the top and draw on the arms. Let's start with the arm on the left. We're going to start underneath the shoulder. Come down with a straight angle line towards the elbow. We're going to bend this out towards the wrist. Curl this around and then in behind the body. Let's go back up underneath the shoulder. Bend the arm coming down and then in. I'm just going to curl this around and then out. Let's add a couple seams. Coming up, and we're going to do that twice. On the end of the arm, we're going to draw the hand. We're going to start by going out, curl this in towards the first finger, bend this up, and then in. Let's add two more fingers. On the side, coming around and down, and back up. Let's do that one more time. Now underneath that first finger, it's going to curl the palm in behind the arm. Let's move all the way over towards the right side. We're going to straighten this arm. We're going to come down with a slight curve towards the wrist. Bend this down, go all the way out. Let's add a point, just bringing that back in. Now halfway along this curve, we're going to bend this down, go up, in, and then up. Let's go back, curve the bottom of the arm. We're going to taper this so it gets narrower as it comes up towards the elbow, and then bend that in towards the body. Let's draw on the hand. We're going to start here, bend the first finger, going out and then down, bend this up and in. Now from the side, we're just going to layer in two more fingers, going up toward the top of the hand and then in towards the wrist. Let's add a seam across the elbows with a curve using our thinner marker. Now I want to pull this fur in behind the body and out towards the right side. So start with that top line going across. So we'll continue going out in behind that arm, go up and then down. Let's add a point, just tapering that in, step back. I'm going to curve this all the way down towards the bottom, continue along the bottom and just bend that up. Now I'm going to layer that fiery branch underneath the body. Let's start over on the left side, up here, angle this up towards the outside. Now on the end, we're going to draw an oval for the front face of that branch. From the bottom, angle this down and in underneath the body. Now I'm just going to angle this down towards the tip of the branch. Round this out. Taper this up. Now I'm going to angle this up underneath the body. Now I want to see the bottom edge of the branch in between these points going across. And then on the end, we're just going to angle this down, round out the end, and then angle that back up underneath. Now I want to add a small fireball along the end. We're going to start from the bottom, curl this around, then up. I'm just going to wiggle this line going out. Just going to add that flame, going around, back in, work our way around the top, add a small flame, and then back in towards the branch. Let's separate the edge of the flame. Just going to add this wobbly line going all the way around. Let's add a small branch over on the left side. We'll start with a straight angled line, angle this in, and then come down. Let's go back up to the top and draw a small oval. Now I'm just going to trace those lines coming across. Let's add a little point going up, flatten that off, come down, and then we'll round that out. Let's add a smaller version of this along the end. Going around the bottom first. Let's gonna wiggle this line, going around, add another one, and then round out the top. And then again, we're just gonna separate the edge of the flame. Now I'm gonna add one more across the top, so we're gonna start up here, working our way out towards the tip, round that out, have a point, then work our way back up, and close off the end with an oval, and then we'll add the flame going in behind the head. We'll finish up by signing our art and adding a splash of color, and that's pretty much it. That's our job, Mega Delphox from Pokemon Legends. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, you might want to check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.